Bruno Fernandes is with Patrick Davison.
Well, Bruno, of course, the result isn't what you wanted, but in terms of the performance, was that a step forward?
No, it's the first game of the season, so we can't speak about step forwards. It's the first one, so I think we made what was asked during the season. We did a lot of good things, but obviously it wasn't enough. We conceded a goal from a set pieces in the first half, and I think from there on, Arsenal didn't add any good chances. They didn't create any good chances. We were defending very well. I think again we created too many chances without scoring. So that's a point we have to look at and make it better next time.
Is that a real positive though, that the way you were able to limit them and control large portions of the match?
No, obviously, I think in the first half the game was very divided. Obviously, in the second half, Arsenal was defending the result, so it's normal for the teams to drop a little bit more. But I think we controlled well the game. We were very good on the ball, and as I said, we created some chances, but we didn't score. I think that's the main negative of the game for us today.
Is the goal you've conceded a really disappointing one? The way you've given the corner away and then conceding from it when you know that their strength in that area?
No, that's it's part of the game. Corners, obviously, we know that they're very good in set pieces. Obviously, I haven't seen the goal again, but obviously, you know what, when you touch the goalkeeper when he wants to jump and go for the ball, it's very difficult. It makes it very difficult for him, and unfortunately, Altay couldn't get the ball out of the goal.
Did you get a view on that? Did any sense from you that it was a foul?
No. As I said, I haven't seen the replay, and I was in the first post, so I can't talk about it. But Altay was saying that in the moment he goes to push the ball, he gets a touch. But obviously, we know in the Premier League they don't give much in this type of situations. Even if they had a meeting with us saying that if the players are blocking and not looking at the ball, they will whistle more. But we know that's just a kind of a saying, but not really going to the game.
Did you feel like the new boys that started the game, so Bruno and Keane, added quite a lot of threat to the team, even though obviously no goal to show for it?
Yeah, but they create a lot. They were in the right positions. I think obviously Matheus, when he came as a 10, he was much more dangerous, but even as a striker he creates some chances. We know they're dangerous. We know they're a threat, and they can help us a lot in that positions on the counters, coming inside with the ball and get them shots. So we're very aware of what they can give to the team. It was a good first impression for them, but I'm pretty sure they will do much better.
Do you have the sense, despite this defeat, I know it's sort of similar to the first question, that this isn't just a repeat of last season? There is some hope that comes out of what you've done in pre-season and what you've done today?
No, obviously we have a big hope for this season, for what we want to achieve, for what we want to do this season. So I think was as I said, obviously losing the game is difficult to look at some positive things, but is there positive things to look about? Defending better on the set pieces is something that we need to look about also. Scoring goals is something that we need to look at. But as I said, and I really like the reaction of the fans at the end. I really appreciate what they did. The sign of hope that you talk, for me there was more the sign of hope than what we did on the game.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bruno.
What hope did you see? What fresh hope did you see for Manchester United?
Come on, Roy.
Roy, man. Roy almost fell off the sofa.
It's the first game. Give him a little bit of leeway. They're still getting up to speed. There was definitely positives in Man United's play today. Okay, they didn't get the result that they wanted.
Hear everybody out.
Any question that he's fouled there?
No.
I wouldn't say so.
You know, he should go and play chess then, shouldn't he?
Do you think?
Part of the game we love is obviously physicality of football. We're all getting fed up with fouls, but if a goalkeeper is going to be doing this to the referee, going, well, like, the Arsenal lads must be looking at this goalkeeper going,
Let me ask you this,
there must be a weakness, and if something else happens to that, we react to it. But if that comes into me, I am favourite for it. I am going to be favourite. He's 6'2", 6'3", and he ends up on his heels, and you're getting bullied. Why don't you bully the other lads? Why don't you come and punch it and go, if you come near me, hey, listen, I'll take your head off as well, it's no problem. But they're all a bit, referee, no, don't look at the referee, take control of it. It's like, there's like a weakness to it, physically and mentally. And especially on an in-swinger, you must know that when it's an in-swinger, it'll always be coming towards me. Out-swinger is slightly different. You think, well, I want to be careful. I don't want to be drawn out to it and getting dragged into bodies. But when it's coming in on top of you, you go, hey, happy days.
By contrast, did we see through David Raya the example of that positive goalkeeper who's going to make sure it doesn't cause him problems because he's going to deal with it?
Yeah, I mean, the conviction in it is there, his experience and
similar
confidence.
situation, isn't it, really?
But if you look on there, who's he got defending him a little bit more? He's got Gabriel, where on the other side it was Mount. So if you look at the balance between Saliba and Mount at the time, he's getting ragdolled everywhere. I just thought De Ligt could have come inside and Mount could have gone outside. But in terms of the goalkeeper making that decisive decision, it was a really good punch. But if you just look here, Mount and Saliba, it's difficult. I agree with Roy. Bender should have done a lot better.
Saliba
but when you've got bodies in front of you,
Saliba's not even. He should sleep. But look at the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's not even aware of him. Goalkeeper's on his heels. And now he starts moving. He should be on his toes, bouncing, going, no, you're going to come in there and be a nuisance. Saliba's doing very little to him. Do you know what he's doing? But he's leaning. He's only leaning into him.
The job of that player in that role there is to protect the goalkeeper so he can come and punch it. There's a lot of chaos going on within that.
This is big boy stuff. You're saying protect him.
But you've got De Ligt.
Yeah, but there's going to be mismatch. If they've got players, a lot more players bigger than your lads, you're going to be outmatched somewhere.
But not in the centre of
no, but if it comes there,
it's come to the,
but he's only leaning into him. But that's the goalkeeper. You can't babysit a goalkeeper.
I agree with you that the goalkeeper should definitely do better, but I also believe the
last player you want to impress the most when you're a footballer, you're on about supporters is your teammates. Your teammates want to be able to look at your goalkeeper going, if it does come into this neck of the woods, would it be a Schmeichel or all the top goalkeepers going, he's fine. I think it'd be okay. But instead of us going, I'll block him, he's only leaning into him. Yeah, like they must do. Obviously, they go through their own set pieces. We saw before the game, and if a goalkeeper can't deal with that part of the game, well, you are in trouble because we know the importance of set pieces. We saw Forest in their first goal today. Set pieces are deciding huge games. We saw the stats from Arsenal. That's one of the reasons they're competing so well at the top of the table, just alone from their set pieces. So if you're a goalkeeper before the game, if they're doing their chats this morning, the last few days, and you're going through what you have to sort out, and you said to your goalkeeper, if that comes in here, you'd say, your goalkeeper coach would be saying to you, listen, that's on you. And he's not dealing with it. So it's on him.
United had their moments, didn't they? But did you ever feel that Arsenal were vulnerable or they were going to concede?
Yeah, I did. Burma was in some great positions, and if you're thinking he makes the perfect connection on the ball, it's a goal. The keeper made some good saves. They showed a different side to Arsenal that we haven't seen, which is that they were a lot more open in those central areas. They found a lot of joy down the right-hand side with Mbeumo, especially in the first half. And I think all in all, Man United's attack will go away thinking to themselves, on another day I could have left scoring 1 or 2 today. That's how I would have felt. Certainly if I was Mbeumo, I'd be going to bed thinking, wow, I should have left with 1 today. So I think they're going to take confidence from their performance, Man United, but in the end the result's all that matters, and Arsenal will leave going to London buzzing with themselves saying, look, we didn't perform to our best today, but we're going on with the 3 points.
As you said, Mike, before the game, if your ultimate goal is to win the title, you have to win here.
Yeah, and they won it, and it wasn't pretty at times, as the guys have said, but it's how much you can dig deep. And I think with Arsenal, what's helped them sort of stay in the fight for the title of the previous seasons, when they get into that low block, they're very difficult to break down. Adding the set pieces and the Gallo in the first half were outstanding. I thought they took more risk. Normally, Man United played more a low block. I thought there was more in the mid block. They took chances when Dogu got his chance. Then they bring on Dalot in the second half. He couldn't create as much as he wanted to, and Mbeumo was really good in the running in that on the right hand channel. I thought there was positives for Man United today.
Daniel, what would you add to that?
I think Cunha today lit the place up. I thought he was the best player for Man United for me, maybe on the pitch. I think what he was doing is going to bring something different to what Man United. They haven't had something like that where it can get you on the edge of your seat. And I think for me, as he continues to go, he's gonna be a special player for the team. I think in attack they looked really good. They were knocking on the door, like I said before. Raya was answering. It's football. Sometimes you give your best going forward, and it's not good enough. I think defensively they looked better. They were positive in their defensive actions centrally. You saw the Dogu chance in the first half where they swarmed in the middle of the park and off they went. And then he was positive going forward and taking a shot. And I think all in all, of course, the result's all that matters. It's football. That's what it's all about, right? You want the 3 points, but if I'm going into that dressing room off the back of last season's performances, I'm thinking to myself, you know what, man? Yeah, we've lost today, but we played Arsenal for one. We've given it our best. Of course, we should.
They drew home at Arsenal last season.
What I'm saying is,
Man United should be capable.
No, they should be capable, but they've also finished. Where in the league? What was it? So we're talking about. We're not talking about head to head. It's a new season, right? If I'm a Manchester United player, I'm going in there thinking we've lost today, I'm absolutely devastated. But in comparison to where we were, there's loads of positives to take away, and the new players don't have that mindset. They're coming in with a fresh mindset thinking, I'm coming to Man United, I'm coming to rip it up, I want to tear this place down, I want to show everybody what I'm all about, and I want to change this club and bring them back to where they were. That's what the new players
We'll give you a chance
Yeah.
to respond to this, Roy.
Yeah, but I do think talking about the new signs, they did look like Man United players. I give them that. They looked like they enjoyed it and they embraced the pressure.
There are positives.
Yeah.
So Mbeumo and Cunha, even though they weren't able to get on the score sheet today, did you feel like compared to last season, they gave you a threat, even in moments where maybe Arsenal were on top in the game?
Yeah, you always feel in the game that they can do something and they can push the team, not just with the ball but without the ball. They press really well. They are working really hard. Again, I'm proud for the game that they played everybody, but we lost and we need to work on different things.
Yeah. Did the reaction of the fans at full time actually tell you something? Did that tell you that I think they quite liked what they saw?
Even during the game, but again, we need to win games, but that was a completely different game from last season.
Okay. What did you make of the goal you conceded?
It's more or less the same that happened. Sometimes it happened last year. For me, it's not playing the ball. It's protecting the guys that they are attacking. I understand that we want goals, but when you touch in the goalkeeper in that way, I think it's hard. And especially to lose with a goal like this, I think it's hard.
What would you say to your goalkeeper then? What, bad luck, that was a foul, or does he have to be stronger in that instance?
It's hard to be strong when you have to push and to go for the ball. Sometimes you are pushing and then you don't have more hands to go for the ball. We need to be stronger in that moments, but especially we need to do the same thing in the opposite side. So we are not changing the rules. We have to adapt to the rules. And today it's hard to accept because I think we were the better team.
Okay. You might say same as last season, but if you see the performance, did that feel like progress? Did it feel like a stride forward?
I'm really proud of the guys. I think they were really brave in everything they did during the game. So the performance, congratulations for the performance, not congratulations because we lost the game at home. I think we deserve clearly a different result, and we need to move forward to the next one.
So what did you like about the performance? What did you do well that gave you control in large parts of the match?
We were more aggressive than last year. We sprint more. We were more brave. We let one against one all the game. We press high, and then with the ball we had quality. Even when the stadium makes some sounds, we continue to play the way we play. We lost fewer balls in the build-up compared to last year. We struggle a lot, and then the small things that we talk about in the beginning of this season, that players like Cunha, like Brian, in one moment can elevate the stadium. So I think the most important thing, we were not boring.
No, you weren't boring. Lastly then, how do you see that goalkeeper situation moving forward? Bayindir was obviously in goal today. You've got Tom Heaton and Arne not in the squad at all. Is that a fight between the three of them in the last few weeks of the transfer window? Would you like to add a goalkeeper?
No, it's we have players to win any game of Premier League. We need to focus. forget about the noise. We are fighting for the places. That is a good thing, but we are playing as a team. Doesn't matter who is playing. We want to win games. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Ruben. Thank you.
Well, Roy, we touched on it earlier. Do you see ground for optimism here for Manchester United this season?
Yeah, I think with the couple of signings that have come in, we saw today, I was encouraged by that. Again, they look like Man United players. They were happy to deal with the pressure. They look like they're good characters. But we discussed it many times before. We can be going around in circles. There's still that worry about United at the back.